to the Ghanaian people, and broadly they have been kept and given the opportunity. More impactful and forward-looking interventions will be implemented to move Ghana to the next level of the development journey. A journey that will build on our successes to open opportunities for all. We promise to change. We promise change, and we have made significant progress. Mr. President, history will be kind to you, and you shall be remembered for your unprecedented achievements and the millions of lives you have touched. We are eternally grateful. Ladies and gentlemen, if there was any doubt to believe, it is crystal clear from the data-backed account we have given that our overall performance and track record are superior to that of my opponent and his party in virtually every sector. Virtually every sector we are superior. And I believe, as a former president and a proud student of history, he knows that. And that is one part of the reason why he is avoiding a debate. The other part, of course, is about the courage and the confidence to put what he intends to do differently this time around with the power he seeks, side by side to the vision I have for Ghana and the clear roadmap getting the work done. That is the choice we are presenting to you, the Ghanaian voter, on December 7th. Ladies and gentlemen, not with a fiscal rule that requires that budgeted expenditure in any year does not exceed 105% of the previous year's tax revenue. This will prevent the experience of budgetary expenditures based on optimistic revenue forecasts which do not materialize. Ladies and gentlemen, furthermore, my government will reduce the fiscal burden on government by empowering the private sector to do more. Fundamental to building any modern, prosperous society is ensuring that access to education and health is available to all, and that there is a safety net for the most vulnerable. Under the two-term administration of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo's government, I can say without any fear of contradiction that no past leader has done more to uplift the poor and the vulnerable in society than my boss. We put in place new ones and expanded existing social policies and programs for the masses across Ghana, like the free senior high school, free TVET, Agenda 111, One Constituency, One Ambulance, expanding school feeding, national health insurance care for childhood cancer, sickle cell patients, and kidney dialysis, and so on. I pledge to you that my government will protect and deepen all these programs that several millions of you depend on. From my interaction with the people, the three top major concerns of Ghanaians are cost of living, jobs, and roads. The 2024 Manifesto of the new Patriotic Party prioritizes what you, the Ghanaian people, say are your priorities. The manifesto lays out a clear path of how
society. My administration will therefore incentivize and empower the private sector to do more in complementing government in the provision and management of many infrastructures and other public services. This can reduce government expenditure, increase efficiency and accountability, create competition, and improve maintenance. Yes, we have built more roads than any other government before the past, but we still have a lot to do. In the last 8 years, we have been deliberate in empowering Ghanaian contractors to undertake many major infrastructural projects that would otherwise have gone to foreign contractors. My policies will encourage the private sector to take greater responsibility in the provision and management of critical infrastructure, including building hotels, housing, and schools for government to rent or lease to own. The demand for roads construction is massive, and this has historically played a huge end on the height. I will make it more attractive for the private sector to also finance construction, management, and maintenance of roads through PPP concessions. Also, I want to change our procurement culture drastically to tackle waste and corruption. My government will move towards leasing rather than outright purchase of goods such as vehicles, printing equipment, and so on. The private sector will have the responsibility for the maintenance of the equipment. With this approach, the budget can save very significant amounts in outright cash expenditure annually from various items across different ministries, departments, and agencies. The policy will energize the private sector to invest in their expansion and create many jobs. Enhancing the role of the private sector, along with fiscal and administrative decentralization, improving our system and the way your institutions function will lead to greater efficiency, cutting waste, and ensuring value for money in procurement. The move towards the private sector provision of many public services would create the fiscal space of at least 3% of GDP annually. That is 30 billion Ghana annually. This represents a major paradigm shift. Additionally, an efficient system of governance will require even fewer ministers. Therefore, I will have no more than 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to our tax system. To increase government tax revenue, we have to reform and refocus the Ghana Revenue Authority towards broadening the tax base. Estimates suggest revenues amounting to 13% of GDP, or some 150 billion Ghana cedis in 2023, are not collected because people are outside the tax net. Many individuals, businesses find our tax system cumbersome and confusing. We want a tax system that is easy to understand, easy to comply with, and easy to enforce, softer on the taxpayer, and that is not subject to so much discretion. The next NPP government will introduce a very simple, citizen-friendly, and business-friendly system. This will be the first change in our tax system since independence. No government has thought about changing the taxes, but it is the NPP part that is saying it is time for a change in the tax system. A flat tax system. The flat tax would be on the percentage of income for individuals and businesses with appropriate exemption thresholds set to protect the poor. With the new tax regime, the tax return should be able to be completed in minutes. We will also simplify our complicated corporate tax system.
We experience severe challenges triggered by the pandemic, which brought the world and our country to a thundering halt. The world experienced the greatest economic depression since the 1930s, with most countries recording negative GDP growth. Supply chain disruptions and the rising price of oil resulted in major increases in the prices of fuel, freight, and food across the globe. Indeed, Ghanaians were hit very hard by rising food prices, increased exchange rate depreciation, rising fuel prices, and rising transport fares. Our debt became unsustainable and had to be restructured. Bondholders saw a sharp decline in their net worth following the painful yet unavoidable debt restructuring program. We faced very challenging times, but with calm leadership and the support and understanding of the good people of Ghana, we have weathered the storm, and the economy is firmly on the path of recovery, with increasing GDP growth and declining inflation. It is gratifying to note that our policy interventions have started yielding the desired macroeconomic results. Many economists and analysts have rightly stated that Ghana has turned the corner, but we know that for many families, the cost of living is still very high. The hardship is real, and we commit to doing more to relieve the difficulties Ghanaians are facing. We are equally committed to creating more job opportunities that will significantly reduce youth unemployment among the national population that has increased over 5 million in the last 8 years alone. We have created so far 2.3 million jobs, the most of any government in the Fourth Republic. But youth unemployment remains a major concern, and that confronts us, and we are committed to doing even more. This is why, ladies and gentlemen, it is better to continue with a party that has created more jobs than any other in the Fourth Republic than go back to a party and a leader who, after 4 years of doing so, created more unemployment than any government in the Fourth Republic. Ghana needs bold solutions to deal with the challenges we face, and that is what I am offering in asking for the mandate of the create sustainable jobs with meaningful pay for all, and for Ghana to participate fully in the fourth industrial revolution using systems and data. To realize this vision, we must collectively have a mindset of possibility, not impossibility. There is a critical phase of mindset that manifests itself in the absence of core values, patriotism, and principles within our society. We need to invigorate the can-do spirit of Ghanaians to believe that we can even do better than we have ever imagined if we put our minds to it. For example, students from Manifesto and Prempeh College have won international robotic competition against their peers in the US, Germany, South Korea, and so on. Recently, Dr. Angela Kabiru from Ashani was crowned the world's most interesting mathematician after a global competition with some of the best mathematicians in the world. The mindset of possibility must be inculcated in our children from home and school. This is why we are going to introduce a growth mindset curriculum in our schools to help students build critical skills such as problem solving, risk taking, opportunity spotting, and design thinking. Ladies and gentlemen, we have experienced a major economic crisis, and with your support, we'll let the storm. But we are not yet where we want to be. It is therefore very important to protect and expand our rebounding economy, attain and sustain macroeconomic stability, low inflation, low interest rates, exchange rate stability, and low budget deficit. Fiscal discipline and private sector empowerment will be the key to realizing our commitment to job and wealth creation. To sustainable housing finance through an expansion of the mortgage lending market as well as rent-to-own schemes. Ladies and gentlemen, we will use a variety of ways to deliver access to the various types of accommodation. For example, social housing. We will provide public lands within our main cities to private developers, and in order to benefit, make it mandatory for them to set aside between 20 and 30% for low-income social housing units with subsidized rents. Significantly, ladies and gentlemen, improving the availability and affordability of power. We will do this by bringing on board 2,000 megawatts of solar power and incentivizing use by buying access to power they generate from their solar system and paying with free electricity from the national grid when they need power through net metering. We will continue to make accessing services easy. For example, once you have a Ghana card, all public organizations will not be required to collect your basic data. They will have all that data. They don't need you to fill in it because all of this is on your Ghana card. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to build a Ghana where we leverage technology, data, and systems for inclusive economic growth. I want to build a Ghana into a world-class digital economy. I want to build a Ghana where we apply digital technology, STEM, robotics, and artificial intelligence for the transformation of agriculture, healthcare, education, manufacturing, fintech, and public services delivery. As part of this process, it is my goal to eliminate the digital divide by achieving over 90% internet penetration within the first 4 years of office. We have already made very significant progress in this direction by increasing internet penetration from 34% in 2016 to some 70% by 2023. And the task in the next 4 years is to move from 70% to over 90% as exists in the advanced countries. It is possible. I am determined to not let Ghana miss out on the 4th industrial revolution as our continent did on the industrial revolution some centuries back. I want to see Ghana build the digital talent we require for the 4th industrial revolution. This will mean providing digital software skills to hundreds of thousands of youth. This, along with other priorities, will create jobs for the youth, including school dropouts. In collaboration with the private sector, we will train at least 1 million youth in IT skills, including software development, to provide job opportunities worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, generally, there will be an enhanced focus on technical and vocational education. My government will also support the establishment of a national open university in collaboration with the private sector, and it will focus on ICT, TPEC, and STEM. Ladies and gentlemen, to prepare our children for the 4th industrial revolution, I will enhance the position of the educational system towards STEM, robotics, artificial intelligence, and vocational skills to cope with the demands of the 4th industrial revolution and job creation. My government will make policies in business planning, including the expeditious allocation of spectrum, driven more by the goal enhancing digital inclusion. In addition, we will be working with educational institutions, leading and global tech firms to establish a national robotics, engineering, and AI lab for research and training of young Ghanaians locally. We will also be providing venture capital funding and grant support for commercially viable tech projects by Ghanaian startups to drive innovation, foster high-tech entrepreneurship, create jobs, and support growth of Ghanaian high-tech business. We will also be providing live lab opportunities to Ghanaian tech startups under a matching program by purposely connecting them to mature large tech firms working on government tech projects to help startups test their ideas in real-world environments and to accelerate their product development cycle. We will also be working with the Bank of Ghana to significantly expand our regulatory sandbox to admit more fintechs as well as regional fintechs. This will position Ghana as a multi-regulatory, multi-jurisdictional sandbox for financial payments interoperability. We will also be establishing a fintech fund with a seed capital of $100 million. That is about 150, $1 to attract additional private sector funding and to support Ghanaian startups developing payments and financial services solutions, especially focused on region-wide explorable solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, we will also be implementing a digital residence, that is e-residency, for businesses and individuals in tech firms to register and operate within Ghana. We are also going to be implementing a 5-year digital normal visa and work permit to attract global tech talent to domicile and work from Ghana, appointing also, ladies and gentlemen, a digital ambassador whose role will be to develop new external markets for Ghanaian digital talent and products and facilitate the export of our digital services. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll also be implementing comprehensive data interoperability across government platforms to enhance transparency and streamline services. We will be pushing further Ghana's leadership, led by my boss, Ghana's leadership role in achieving cross-border mobile money interoperability among other payment systems within the AFCFTA to enhance buying and selling within Africa's 1.4 billion consumer market. Ladies and gentlemen, we will also be creating a marketplace to streamline public sector procurement. As a result of the increase in fiscal space from the tax and expenditure movement measures we are going to undertake, we will be in a position to enhance the digital economy by abolishing the e-levy as well as taxes on mobile phones. We are also going to ensure in this digital economy that we are building that the Ghana card will not be required, that for any person who holds a Ghana card, you will not be required to fill a form to get a pass. You will just be required to pay your fee for all the information is on the Ghana card. Ladies and gentlemen, working with industry players, we intend to make Ghana a world-class digital economy and digital hub of Africa. I now come to our natural resources. Ladies and gentlemen, as President, the next NPP government will usher Ghana into a golden age for the maximization of the benefits of our natural resources like gold, lithium, bauxite, and so on. The key to doing this is value addition and Ghanaian ownership. As we have started with lithium, we need a new paradigm in a natural resource context that sees more of the benefit accruing to Ghana. Some of the key policies that we will implement to maximize our benefits from our natural resources include formalizing and regularizing and regulating environmentally sustainable small-scale mining. Our goal would be to help grow the small-scale mining companies into large-scale mining companies with the capacity to building and assisting them to access financing to acquire equipment. In line with this, we will license all miners doing responsible mining. District mining committees, including our chiefs, will provide initial temporary licenses to the miners. Every Ghanaian in small-scale mining will register under the Ghana Small-Scale Miners Association with their Ghana card. We work in collaboration with the large mining companies, convert abandoned shafts into community mining schemes. We will also open new community mining schemes, and district mining communities would be responsible for reclamation and replanting. We will also set up state-of-the-art common user gold processing units in mining districts in collaboration with the private sector. We will also conduct an audit of all concessions with various licenses and new applications. This will allow government to know licenses that have expired and non-compliant with existing license conditions. Non-compliant. My government will establish, in collaboration with the private sector, a minerals development bank to support the mining industry. The government will also reduce the minerals export tax to 1% to discourage smuggling and encourage more production. We will establish, through the private sector, a London Bullion Market Association certified gold refinery in Ghana within the next 4 years. Following the establishment of this refinery, all the responsibly mined gold in Ghana produced by the small-scale sector will be sold either to the central bank, PMMC, or Mint. We will make available proven reserves data from the Geological Survey Authority to small-scale miners to help deal with the associated problem of trial and error digging for gold, which destroys our environment. Once the data is available, the small-scale miners will know exactly where the gold is, and so they don't have to do trial and error. They'll go directly to where the gold is, and the environment will not be destroyed. We will also adequately resource the Geological Survey Authority to undertake the mapping exercise. We will also scale up the use of mercury-free gold catcher machine technology, which is less damaging to our environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I come to an important subject matter of stabilizing our country. Ladies and gentlemen, recognizing the need to transform the structures of the Ghanaian economy from merely being an exporter of raw materials and importer of finished products to producing what we consume and adding value to our raw materials and farm produce. The Akufo-Addo-led government set out in 2017 to find solutions by introducing transformational policies such as one district, one market. While industrialization remains the long-term solution to macroeconomic stability and shared prosperity for Ghanaians, the vulnerability in the structure of the Ghanaian economy, all the Agenda 111 hospitals to ensure every district gets a district hospital and all the regions get new regional hospitals. As a result, we will recruit more doctors, nurses, and other healthcare professionals with improved conditions of service, and we will bring healthcare services to your doorstep by completing the digitalization of public healthcare institutions under the e-health project. Under the e-health project, we have digitalized all the patient records in all teaching hospitals, all the regional hospitals, and all the district hospitals. So today, if you are referred from one to Kolebu, you don't need to bring a phone. You just bring your ID number. The doctor in Kolebu will enter your ID number, and all your records will be there for the doctor to see. We expect that by next year, we will have covered the remaining health centers and kids campus so that we have a comprehensive database. We will also scale up. Once we have done this, we are going to be scaling up telemedicine services. and establishing, ladies and gentlemen, we are also going to be establishing 2 additional sites in addition to the existing 6 sites of drone delivery centers at Funsi in the Upper West region and at Kintampo. So we are establishing 2 more drone sites. And the establishment of these 2 sites will give us 100% coverage for drone delivery across all of Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, we have established the National Electronic Pharmacy Platform. We have put together 2,456 pharmacies on one platform, which is working. So today, if your doctor prescribes you a medicine, you can go to the pharmacy platform, put in your medicational requirements. The platform will tell you which pharmacy near you has the medicine and what the price is. We will make sure this platform is interoperable with all private and public facilities. We will also offer incentives to healthcare workers to be able to buy 1 vehicle each with an engine capacity of up to 1,800 cc. And we will also ensure compliance with the existing deprived area incentive package for health workers. Ladies and gentlemen, in the area of affirmative action for women and girls, we will implement in full the Affirmative Action Act we recently passed. We will establish a women's trade and we will ensure that existing sexual harassment laws are strictly enforced. We will also be enabling mothers seamlessly enter the workforce by prioritizing in partnership with the private sector the establishment of daycare centers near workplaces, including marketplaces. We will enforce existing regulations on maternity leave governance as well. In the area of education, ladies and gentlemen, my government will increase the stock of student accommodation in our universities and other public tertiary institutions to address the housing deficit on our campus and make them affordable. We will introduce a free tertiary scholarship for persons with disabilities to remove the financial barriers to pursuing their educational goals. On scholarships, we will integrate the scholarship databases across all the public sector institutions managing such schemes to ensure full visibility and transparency. We will expand eligibility for the student loan scheme